What drives a hero to challenge the gods themselves? In the realm of Greek mythology, one man's extraordinary journey, from celebrated hero to disgraced mortal, serves as a timeless warning about the perils of unchecked ambition and pride. This is the tale of Bellerophon, the mortal who dared to fly too close to the home of the gods. In ancient Greece, where myths shaped the fabric of society, Bellerophon emerged as a figure of great renown. Born into nobility, he was blessed with strength, courage, and a destiny that would intertwine with one of mythology's most iconic creatures, the winged horse Pegasus. Bellerophon's story begins with a tragic twist of fate. Falsely accused of murder, he fled his homeland and sought refuge in the court of King Proetus of Tiryns. But even here, misfortune followed. The king's wife Antea became infatuated with the handsome young hero. When Bellerophon rejected her advances, she accused him of attempting to seduce her. Bound by the laws of hospitality, King Proetus couldn't harm his guest directly. Instead, he sent Bellerophon to his father-in-law, King Iobates of Lycia, with a sealed message asking for the young hero's death. Unaware of the letter's contents, Bellerophon embarked on a journey that would test his mettle and set him on the path to both glory and ruin. Upon reading the message, King Iobates faced a dilemma. He, too, was bound by guest laws and couldn't openly harm Bellerophon. So he devised a series of seemingly impossible tasks, each designed to bring about the hero's demise. Little did he know, these challenges would only serve to elevate Bellerophon's status to legendary heights. The first and most famous of these tasks was to slay the Chimera, a fearsome fire-breathing monster with the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and the tail of a serpent. This creature had been terrorizing the countryside, and many heroes had fallen in attempts to defeat it. But Bellerophon was not like other heroes. Guided by divine intervention, Bellerophon encountered Pegasus, the majestic winged horse born from the blood of Medusa. With the help of Athena, the goddess of wisdom, Bellerophon tamed Pegasus using a golden bridle. This partnership between man and mythical steed would prove instrumental in Bellerophon's victories. Mounted on Pegasus, Bellerophon soared above the Chimera, raining down arrows upon the beast. In a stroke of genius, he attached a lump of lead to the tip of his spear. As he dove towards the Chimera, the monster's fiery breath melted the lead, which flowed down its throat and solidified, choking the creature to death. This clever defeat of the Chimera cemented Bellerophon's reputation as a hero of unparalleled skill and bravery. Impressed, but still determined to fulfill his son-in-law's request, King Iobates sent Bellerophon to fight the warrior tribe of the Selimi and then the fearsome Amazons. In both cases, Bellerophon emerged victorious, his legend growing with each triumph. As a final attempt, the king dispatched his best soldiers to ambush Bellerophon. Yet again, the hero prevailed, slaying all who came against him. Recognizing the divine favor that seemed to protect Bellerophon, King Iobates relented. He revealed the contents of Proetus's letter and, in awe of the hero's achievements, offered Bellerophon half of his kingdom and the hand of his daughter in marriage. Bellerophon accepted, and it seemed that his trials had come to a glorious end. But this is where the true tragedy of Bellerophon's tale begins. With each victory, each impossible task overcome, Bellerophon's pride grew. He began to see himself as more than mortal, deserving of the company of the gods themselves. This hubris would prove to be his undoing. In a moment of supreme arrogance, Bellerophon decided to fly Pegasus to Mount Olympus, the home of the gods. Perhaps he sought to join their ranks, or simply to prove that he could reach their lofty abode. Whatever his motivation, this act was seen as the ultimate sacrilege by Zeus, the king of the gods. As Bellerophon and Pegasus ascended towards Olympus, Zeus took notice of the mortal's audacity. Enraged by this blatant disrespect, the thunder god sent a gadfly to sting Pegasus. The winged horse bucked violently, throwing Bellerophon from its back. The hero, who had soared so high, now plummeted back to earth, his fall both literal and metaphorical. Bellerophon survived the fall, but the consequences were severe. He was crippled, blinded, and exiled from human society. The man who had once been celebrated as a great hero now wandered the earth alone, shunned by gods and mortals alike. His final days were spent in misery, a cautionary tale of how quickly fortune can turn. The story of Bellerophon resonates through the ages, speaking to the human tendency to overreach and the dangers of forgetting our mortal limitations. It's a stark reminder that even the greatest heroes are subject to fatal flaws, and that humility is as important as courage and skill. In many ways, Bellerophon's tale mirrors that of Icarus, another figure who flew too close to the sun and paid the ultimate price. These myths served as powerful warnings in ancient Greek society, tempering ambition with the wisdom that there are some boundaries that should not be crossed. The influence of Bellerophon's story can be seen throughout Western literature and art, from Shakespeare's references in King Lear to paintings by Renaissance masters. The image of the fallen hero continues to captivate our imagination. It reminds us that the line between greatness and hubris is often razor-thin. In our modern world, where the pursuit of success and achievement is relentless, Bellerophon's fall from grace remains deeply relevant. It challenges us to consider the nature of true heroism and the importance of remaining grounded even as we reach for the stars. As we reflect on this ancient tale, we're left with profound questions about ambition, pride, and the human condition. What drives us to push beyond our limits? How do we balance the desire for greatness with the need for humility? And in our own lives, how can we aspire to heroic deeds without losing sight of our inherent mortality? The story of Bellerophon, like all great myths, doesn't provide easy answers. Instead, it offers a mirror in which we can examine our own aspirations and fears. It reminds us that while we may not fly on winged horses or battle mythical monsters, we all face the challenge of navigating between ambition and hubris, between reaching for our dreams and overstepping our bounds. In the end, perhaps the true lesson of Bellerophon's tale is not to avoid greatness, but to approach it with wisdom and respect for the gods, for fate, and for the delicate balance of the world around us. It's a lesson as relevant today as it was in the time of ancient Greece, a timeless reminder of the power of myth to illuminate the deepest truths of the human experience.